staged the entire J. Cole album. And when people say, why would Act do it? Well,
I said,
You asked me, do I know the release date or do I have a release
I said
date?
Iceman this Friday.
What Maul said when you said
He laughed at me.
Iceman this Friday.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Listen to this. We've got a messy showdown unfolding right in front of us. Y'all, we really need to settle this. Between DJ Akademiks and Mal, who's actually Drake's real insider? Over the past few years, both of them have strategically branded themselves as plugged-in voices straight from the OVO circle. They each swear they're in contact with Drake daily, or at the very least, every single week. They both insist they're getting direct intel from inside Drake's camp about everything he's cooking up, and most importantly, hold up, they're both claiming to have exclusive behind-the-scenes details on Drake's upcoming album, Iceman. But the way this is playing out, somebody's clearly being fed bad info and we need answers. Now here's where it gets interesting. Last week, right as J. Cole's album was dropping, DJ Akademiks went ahead and previewed 2 snippets from Drake's forthcoming project, Iceman.
did I do that? Did I do that? That's rude.
You know what?
Tonight's about J. Cole. Keep spamming them 5s. Iceman on the way. Iceman on the way. Iceman on the way.
Now, hold up. According to Akademiks, he says Drake didn't personally send him those tracks. He's claiming he's actually been sitting on those records for a minute and just decided the timing was right. And in his words, he simply wanted to create a hip-hop moment.
Staged the entire J. Cole album. And when people say, why would Act do it? Well, I did it for that moment, to be the nigga who did it for that moment. If I had a Kendrick snippet, I would have played it then. If I, even with Drake shit, if I had a J. Cole snippet, I would play during the stream for Drake too. I don't care. Like, you know what I mean? At the end of the day, like, bro, I'm hip hop, bro. It's funny because, like, I think I don't think no one's happy with me about that. Drake fans, they're kind of like, they're thinking that he's stepping on J. Cole shit. Drake isn't that happy. I imagine Cole's people are throwing a little hissy fit. Like, nobody's actually happy about that. And then there's some other angles of it, which, it's kind of behind the scenes that I don't want to get into. But yeah, it's funny, like, nobody's happy. People ain't happy about that. The timing was me. I had, people like their research. I literally announced, I got some Drake songs. I don't know if y'all want to hear it, because when I drop it or I tease it, the fans say, we don't want to hear it. You're fucking it up. But then people want to know. All I get asked, when is Iceman? When is Iceman? So that morning, when I was going to do the J. Cole stream, because we've been doing streams talking about Finesse 2 times too much, Blueface too much. So I'm like, all right, hip hop's going to be in the building. You know, when it comes to album releases, people are going to come to our stream, right? People that don't really watch us. So I'm like, it's a hip hop moment. I want this year to be spicy. So I said, I'm dropping it today. Like, I'm going to just tease it right before I get into the album, Cole's album. And I play it, and when I wake up in the morning, maybe I'm a little wrong, but there was more headlines. There's way more headlines that had there's more headlines that had the snippet being teased than there's more headlines with the snippet being teased than about Cole's album, which, that was a little bit shocking, but not really.
Now, just like I told y'all last week,
I honestly felt like that move from Akademiks was a little selfish. You could have dropped those snippets on literally any other day. Sometimes you don't need to turn somebody else's spotlight into your own headline. Everybody was locked in on J. Cole. The energy was all about his album. There was zero reason to jump in and try to hijack the timeline just so you can flex and say Drake took the night. It's perfectly fine to sit back as a fan and let the artist enjoy the moment they worked for. But hold up. This week, on the latest episode of the new Rory and Mal podcast, Mal is calling cap, NFL style, on DJ Akademiks, saying those tracks aren't even from Drake's upcoming album Iceman. According to Mal, he didn't personally hear the 2 snippets Akademiks previewed, but he's standing firm that they're not on the project. And here's exactly what Mal had to say.
For us, since you damn near guessed this one.
I said,
You asked me, do I know the release date or do I have a release
I said
date?
Iceman this Friday.
What Maul say when you said?
He laughed at me.
Iceman this Friday. Yeah.
Do you guys have any comments about the Drake leak? Oh, I didn't mean to do my hands like that. About the Drake leak on the day of the Fall Off release?
I didn't hear it, but whatever it is, it ain't on Iceman. I can tell you that. It's just throwaways. It's just,
He said you heard it here first.
None of what y'all are hearing on the internet is on Iceman. I can promise you that. It's not. None of that shit.
And we'll find out on Friday.
We won't
that
find out.
album is not coming out Friday.
Hell no. Fuck no.
I don't think Iceman is coming on Friday.
All right, well, we'll wait and see.
Cold World, Iceman.
Okay.
All right, how much time do you think
Or what?
in between
Of the album?
that he's gonna let the cold shit breathe?
Rory, I know when the album is coming out.
Oh.
Of course, I'm not saying it, but I know
No, I
when
know you're not gonna say it, and you haven't told me anything.
Yeah.
I guess I'm trying to like get. Is it gonna be a long time, or is it gonna kind of be
It's
a?
gonna be a good time. It may cost you a little, it may cost you a lot, but it will cost you. It's gonna be a good time, Rory. That's all. That's all we need to know, man. Everybody, listen, man. Enjoy.
Can we do some cold shit and drive my mother's Mazda up to Toronto for the release?
I don't know if the Mazda.
It's a fun drive.
Now, here's my first question, Mal. How are you saying you haven't even heard the snippets, yet you're 100% sure they're not on the album? Logically, that just doesn't add up. The only way that even makes sense is if Drake personally told Mal, listen, I've got a stack of records for Iceman, but the actual track list isn't locked in yet. And if that's the case, that completely clashes with everything we've been hearing about Iceman supposedly arriving soon. Because the narrative everywhere has been the same. Iceman is on the way. Even Conductor, who's actively working with Drake, has publicly said the album is coming soon.
Now listen to this. There are people out here saying that since those 2 snippets DJ Akademiks played didn't really land, that was Drake low-key testing the waters to see what would stick. And because neither of those records caught fire, the theory is that Drake tapped Mal to step in and do a little damage control. Ever since Drake first announced Iceman last year, Mal has been saying the album has a bomb on it. So if you've known since last year that there's a certified bomb sitting on the project, there's no way the album still isn't structured or close to finished. From the outside looking in, it almost feels like Drake could be feeding DJ Akademiks and Mal completely different information about Iceman. That could be his chess move to figure out who's really leaking from inside the camp. Or, and this is where it gets interesting, maybe one of them is telling the truth and the other one is just flat out wrong. Thanks for watching.